All right, so let's get into this. I used to work hard. I used to work 18-hour days, 7 days a week. But I didn't start making money until I did less, and I did a lot less. For example, this webinar that you're on right now took me about 2 hours to write. With a little luck, it's going to bring me between $50,000 to $100,000 in revenue over the next few weeks. What's more, I'm going to ask you to purchase a marketing system for me for $2,495. And I'll try to make it so irresistible that you'd be a fool not to do it. After all, why should you care if I made $2,495 if I can show you how to make a hell of a lot more money than that? And just for sticking around to hear about this marketing system, I'm going to send you my Ultimate Facebook Profits training for free. All right? And what if I'm so sure that you'll make money with my marketing system that I'll make you an unusual guarantee? And here it is. First of all, I'm going to give you 30 days to examine the entire system. And if you don't think it's going to make you tens of thousands of dollars, just let me know and I'm going to send all your money back. And after 30 days, I'll give you another 10 weeks to follow through on at least half of what I show you. And if you don't make at least $2,495 back, let me know and I'll send all your money back again. That's a 100-day guarantee. And if you decide to stay and be a part of my small community of results-driven marketers, I'll continue to support you and deliver even more highly profitable marketing systems to you for 265 more days. That'll give you plenty of time to get it, look it over, and try it out. The only reason I'm not giving it away for free to everybody is because if I have too many people in the program at one time, it's going to take up way too much of my time. And frankly, I don't want to work that hard. And I'm already going to give you the biggest bargain of your life, because I'm going to tell you what it took me 8 years to perfect: how to become a high-paid social media director. And now I'm going to brag just a little, and I don't mind bragging. And it's necessary to prove that sending me $2,495, which you can have 100 days to get back if you want it, is the smartest thing that you ever did. I've been recognized amongst my peers as the lazy marketer for the past couple of months as people start to find out how little I do to get results and make money online. I know there's a lot more I could be doing to make a whole lot more money, but I'd rather chill, go outside and play, or simply spend more time with my family. I live a great lifestyle and I'm pretty darn lazy when it comes to actual work. I do work at home in my underwear and sometimes traveling around the world, working from coffee shops or co-working spaces. I'm actually working from a co-working space right now in my hometown. I've developed super productive habits that allow me to work 5-hour days, 5 days per week, and I take a 5-week hiatus once or twice per year where I don't do any work at all. Sometimes I'll just stay home for 5 weeks, sometimes I will travel for 5 weeks. I'm not one of the mega rich internet marketers, nor do I try to be. A good month for me is around $10,000 per month, and a great month is around $50,000 per month. My average is about $30,000 per month. So I make a pretty good living and have a great lifestyle. I don't work around the clock, and I have the freedom to hit snooze if I feel I need a little bit more sleep. And I'll show you just how I did it inside the Social Media Director Certification Program. So now you're probably wondering, what exactly is a social media director? Here is the business of a social media director. First of all, I set up sales funnels. Second, I update social media profiles. And third is I create advertising campaigns on social media websites. That equals to anywhere between $10,000 to $50,000 a month. It does fluctuate any given month, all right? I will say that even on those 5-week hiatuses, I'm still earning at least $10,000 per month. And I'll talk more about how and why later on in this webinar. My results are not typical. My results are certainly not typical, and the average person who attends trainings like these doesn't take any action on what they learn, and therefore they'll get zero results. However, I'm still excited to show you exactly what's working for me on this class right now for free. This is not a get-rich-quick system. This is about building a real career for long-term growth, okay? I'm not going to show you how to make $50,000 a month in the next 30 days. That's not possible, especially for someone who's just getting started out. It's probably not going to happen, all right? I want to be totally upfront with you guys about this, and if you guys are looking for a get-rich-quick system, this one is not going to be it, and you'll learn why as we go through today's training. So where do you start to replicate my system and start to grow your social media director business? Before you can become a high-paid social media director, you need to prove that you can make sales through social media by actually making sales through social media. You need to create a case study. A case study is your golden key to open up opportunities and be able to leverage everything that's available to us right now in terms of getting clients. Okay, there's a lot of ways to go out and find clients to build your first case study. Your first case study, you're actually going to publish and start telling people about it online, okay? I would recommend you actually create an actual blog post, or you could use LinkedIn Pulse as an example if you don't have a blog set up. And you're gonna talk about exactly what you did and the results that you got. Once you do that, you're gonna notice that people will start coming to you. I'm going to share with you some of my case studies later on in this presentation so you get an idea of some of the successes that I've had and how I publish those successes and how I leverage those case studies to get more and more high-paying clients, all right? But the first step is to build a case study. So there's 3 rules for getting a perfect case study, okay? So the first one is that you only want to work with businesses that are already successful. All right. So do not make the mistake of working with someone who's just starting out, like a brand new business, a startup, or maybe a family friend or something like that. Avoid those. You want to work with businesses that are far more successful than you are. Personally, I work with businesses that are already doing over $1 million in revenue. So when I come to them and I ask them for $1,000 per month so I can manage their social media, and just as a lowball example, they're not going to go and start stressing about that $1,000 they're paying me, right? They make a lot of money already, but they're not making a whole lot of money through social media, right? So they have other ways that they're getting customers and revenue. Some of them do direct mail, some of them do live events, some of them advertise on the radio and TV, which is insane, right? But they're just not doing enough through social media yet. There is hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of businesses around the world that fall into that category, okay? But within North America, there's legitimately hundreds of thousands of businesses that fall into this category. Now, the second step here is to only promote high-ticket product and services. What that means is that you're only promoting products or offers that are over $1,000, okay? So they can be from $1,000 to $100,000 or more, okay? So you are going to avoid most local businesses such as, restaurants or any kind of retail or e-commerce, anything inside those kind of categories where someone comes in and only spends maybe, $10 to maybe $100, something like that. That won't work for this model that I'm going to show you. We'll talk more about why in a moment, but first I want you to start thinking about the kinds of businesses that you're familiar with that sell high ticket products, okay? In terms of local businesses that can kind of work on this, you've got the medical services industry, right? Like dentists, doctors, chiropractors, massage therapists. Those work because people will go to them. They might spend $100 the first time, but within a year, the average lifetime value is over $1,000, right? So you want to look at clients that when they get one sale, that one sale is worth on average at least $1,000. The more, the better. Okay. I'll talk more about the niches that I get into. So I'm going to show you 20 of the most highly profitable niches in the social media industry, and I'll share that with you in just a moment. Now, the third rule is that if you're just getting started, what you're going to do is you're going to work for free, all right? Or on what we call commission only, where you just take a percentage of all the sales that you generate, all right? The reason why is that it's going to be very difficult for you to ethically go out and sell your services to someone and have them pay you, a high amount, right? You're not going to go out and work for a low amount. I'll talk more about why in a moment. But you want to be able to sell it, ethically at a high amount, in the future. But it's going to be very hard for you to first make that sale if you have no experience, case study, because a smart business owner is going to ask you, what have you worked on in the past? If you could show them a case study, you're going to close that sale. But if you're going to come out right out the gate and say, well, I haven't done anything, but can you pay me $1,000 and I'll try? They're going to say no way. Right? So instead what you're going to do is work for free for to build your very first case study. Then you leverage that case study to start getting more and more high ticket clients, high paying clients for your own business. Now, another model to this, if you don't want to work totally for free, is to ask, basically you work on a performance basis. So you're going to ask for a percentage of all the sales that you generate. That is another option. If they say yes to that, obviously take it, all right? So where do you find a case study client? So the first thing you want to do is you want to let people know what it is that you do, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to update your Facebook and your Instagram and all your social media profiles, and in your bio, you're going to say, I'm a results-based social media director. I help businesses grow and scale their businesses using social media. Right? As an example, you're going to put a call to action in your bio so people can see exactly what you do and how they can work with you. I can't tell you how many people that I know online. I only know them online, and I have no idea what they do for work. I don't know what they get paid to do. I'm sure you guys can relate. Like I like connecting with people online who I don't know, and I get to know them through online, right? Various social media platforms. But it amazes me how many people who I don't know what they do, or if I know what they do, I don't know specifically what they have to offer or specifically how they help businesses, right? You want to make that crystal clear to everybody that connects with you. Facebook, Instagram, you're going to do this on LinkedIn and on Twitter. Look at my name on LinkedIn. It's Matt Astafan, helping you become a social media expert. There is no way you can land on my LinkedIn profile and not know what I do, all right? Now, on my Twitter profile, look what I have there. I say, hey, here's a bit about me, and then I put a link to my About page on my website so people can go there and learn exactly what it is that I do. All right. And on YouTube, the exact same thing on YouTube. You're going to want to make videos and talk about what it is that you do and what it is that you offer. You're going to share those videos. You're going to use the About section on your YouTube profile to explain to people exactly what it is you do. Every social media platform you use. That's the first step. The second step is you're going to go into Facebook groups, okay? And on Facebook groups that are about business, marketing, maybe they're about Facebook ads, social media marketing, maybe about sales funnels, etc. There's hundreds of groups that are out there that are within these categories, okay? So I just took one example here, which is from ClickFunnels, okay? So ClickFunnels is a software for building sales funnels. So that's what I use to build my sales funnels. And so they have a Facebook group here with 53,000 members in it, right? So I just did this last night. I went in there and I just typed in Facebook ads help inside the search box, okay? And right away, this is what I saw. Whoops, skipped ahead there. This is just the first 5 posts that I saw. These are all people who are looking to hire someone to help them with their Facebook ads. All right. The one on the very right of the screen is a full-time position. Someone's looking for a full-time position of helping them with their PPC help, right? They want Facebook ads help. But all these people here are looking to hire someone. There is so much business out there for help with Facebook ads and sales funnels. As another example, I didn't put it in this presentation, but I was going to give you another example. I go to a lot of conferences, like internet marketing conferences. I went to Jeff Walker's event last year. It was called LaunchCon, if anyone's familiar with it. And it's an event about how to do what's called like a product launch formula style launch. Some of you might know what I'm talking about, but it's a style of a product launch, right? And over there, I'm not kidding, there was dozens of people. Like it was an insane amount of people I would talk to, and I say, yeah, I build sales funnels, and I'm a Facebook ads expert, and everyone wanted to hire me. It was intense, the amount of prospects and leads from one event. I just got back from Traffic and Conversions, another event as well. Again, just chatting with people, telling them what you do, right away, they want to hire you. So if you are able to get out there, travel, and go to conferences and that sort of thing, every one of them is going to pay off for you because you are going to get dozens of leads. Like every time I go to one of these conferences, I'm making multiple sales to build sales funnels and to manage Facebook ads, all right? Now, another way to do this is to actually just search for your dream clients and call them up and just say, hey, do you need help with your Facebook ads, right? I'm actually going to give you a little bit of a snippet of a script of what you're actually going to say. But you can do this on Google. Just go to their websites and make a top 100 list of all the businesses that you like to work with in whatever niche. I work a lot with event organizers and event promoters or event coordinators. So you can do the same thing on LinkedIn. You can actually search for people based off of their job titles. So here I did a search for event coordinator. I have hundreds of people on this list now that are event coordinators. Now, a really cool feature about LinkedIn is their premium service where you can actually send what's called in-mail. So you do have to pay to get this. I think it's like $50 a month or something. But they give you a certain amount of like tokens that you could use to send a message to anybody on LinkedIn, anybody, right? It's called in-mail. And the way that it works is that you get a certain amount of tokens, and I forget how many you get. I think you get 10 or 20. I think they changed it recently. And so basically when you send a message, you get a guaranteed response. If someone doesn't respond, you get that token back. You could use it for somebody else, right? But the great part about it when you send mail through InMail is that you're showing that person on the other end, first of all, I'm a premium user. I paid to use LinkedIn. I paid to contact you. And I only had a certain amount of credits, and I chose to message you, right? And it shows that, you know, you're a lot more serious about working with them, and you will get a great response doing that, all right? So what do you say to them? Here's the script that I'd recommend. You're going to say, hi, you know, so-and-so, whatever your name is, right? I'm a results-based social media director in training from, you know, wherever you're from, right? From Vancouver, from Seattle, wherever you're from. I want to work with businesses in your industry. So I want to work with, for example, event coordinators. And I was wondering if you could help me out. Here you're asking for some help. What's your biggest challenge or frustration with social media? Now, this is going to start a dialogue and a conversation. Now, first of all, I want you to understand that the psychology of this message is that you are asking them for help. When someone asks you for help, you want to help them, right? Would everyone agree with that, right? You want to, when someone asks you for some help, especially if it's an area that you have some good understanding in, right? For me, usually, if someone said, "Hey, Matt, I want to become a social media director, or I want to do social media management," could you tell me like what kind of industries should I work in? I've got lots of knowledge of that. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I would be happy to tell them, right? So I'm sure you would feel the same. So the reason why this works, the psychological reason why it works, it actually comes from this book here. It's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. It's called reciprocity. Okay, reciprocity works in two ways. One is that if you do a favor for somebody, they feel indebted to you. They want to do you a favor back. But it also works the other way around. If you ask somebody for a favor, they want to also help you back, right? So that's why this script works so well. So I'm going to go back to it. The key here is that you're going to be asking, I want to ask you for help, and then you ask the magic question, okay? So the magic question here is, what's your biggest challenge or frustration with social media? Who has heard this question before? Kind of knows where this comes from. So where this comes from is if you're a copywriter, if you've ever done any kind of copywriting for sales pages or video sales letters, anything like that, when you write, you want to write based off of the answer to this question, right? You want to write based off of what are the biggest challenges or frustrations that people in the industry are having, and you're going to write your sales letter based on addressing those challenges. So not only will you actually learn about the industry and actually become smarter and smarter and be able to sell in a much better and more efficient way in the future, but you're also starting this dialogue with them that shows that you genuinely are interested in what their challenges and frustrations are, because you want to help them overcome it. They're giving you their objections right away, right up front. So you're able to help overcome those objections once you get to the actual sales process. So what are you going to say after that? You're going to ask them, what do you offer and who do you offer it to? Right? And what basically you can do is you can start helping them to find out what their cost per acquisition is. Okay, so let me explain. So first of all, you're gonna say, what do you offer, right? So let's say an event coordinator is gonna say, well, we have an event coming up. We're selling tickets for $300, right? Who do you offer it to? It's an event for entrepreneurs, right? And then I'll say, well, how much are you currently spending to acquire customers? And they'll say, well, last year we spent over $30,000 in advertising. We got, I don't know, I'm making up numbers here, but we got 1,000 people attending the event, and so on. So I can try to help them figure out what their acquisition cost is. Once I figure out that number, I can say, basically, this is the equation on finding acquisition costs, right? How much money they spent, how many customers I got. That's an acquisition cost, right? So once I find an acquisition cost, I can say, hey, I think that I can help you get more sales on Facebook for less than what you're currently spending on marketing or on advertising. Would you be interested in giving it a try, right? And usually they'll say yes, especially if they're a business that's been doing a lot of traditional marketing and advertising. Okay, so when I first got started, I used to work with business coaches. And the way I would find these business coaches, I wanted to find successful business coaches, guys who are doing like over $1 million a year, right? I would go to these events where, you ever been to one of those events where it's like a weekend workshop or a weekend event, and at the end, they pitch you at the end of the event, right? So I would go to those because I knew that that's a very old school model. The new way of doing that is just do a webinar, right? So I would go to those events and I would approach them and say, hey, I think I can help you guys make more money online. Like, what does it cost you to put on an event like this? Like, what's your acquisition cost right now? And I would just start a dialogue. It would usually start with like the staff in the back, and then they'd be like, oh, you should go and talk to the guy, right? The speaker guy, right? And I'd stay at the end and I'd chat with them, and then I'd help them do a webinar. And the amount of cost to get people at a live event is a lot of money. Like, they spend tens of thousands of dollars to fill those events, whereas you could spend a few $1,000s to fill a webinar, and you don't have to travel all over the place. A lot of people, unless you're traveling for leisure and like for fun, it's traveling for business can be very stressful, right? So that's how I originally got started in my business, right? It's just basically saying, you guys are spending so much money to try to acquire clients, let's do it online, right? All of my best clients, they were spending a ton of money on traditional marketing advertising. I had a client one time, I sold them on some social media, and they were spending $20,000 on a Yellow Pages ad. And this is like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Yellow Pages has been dead for a long time. I think Yellow Pages has probably been dead for like good 8 years. I was blown away that they spent that much, So it just give you an example. Like there's businesses out there, they are spending money in advertising, and they're spending way too much. The cost to acquire clients has dramatically dropped because of social media and everything that's available to us right now in the online world. And businesses are just getting caught up. They're trying to find people to help them get caught up. So getting clients is easy, all right? But finding the right clients is hard. But the right clients make everything else so much easier. Because if you have too many clients, the client management alone will bog you down and take up all of your time. So here's what we want to look for in a client. First of all, we want a business that's been around for a while. It's been established, okay? I always say it's like, they're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue per year, or at least $1 million, right? And the other thing I look for is that they've been around for a while, at least 5 years. The reason for that is that most businesses fail within the first year, right? So I don't know if you guys know the stat, 50% of all businesses fail in 1 year. By the second year, it's like 20%, another 20% have failed, and so on, right? By the fifth year, only 5% of businesses survive to 5 years. So if you're working with an established business that's also profitable, that's number 2 here, they got a profitable product or service to sell, it's much easier to build a successful case study. It's much easier to bring them results. And it's much easier to keep them around for a long time so they keep paying you over and over again. And you don't have to keep on hunting for new clients every single month. You also want to make sure they sell high ticket products. They have an average lifetime customer value of $1,000 or more. The more, the better. The higher their price of their product or service, the more that you can charge them. Okay, I'll talk about pricing in a little bit in this class. Okay, it's actually coming up next. And they have to have a willingness to do this. They have to have a willingness to invest at least $500 into Facebook ads to test, to see if we can get them clients for lower than what they're currently paying. In most cases, you can. If you have to try to convince them that they should try Facebook ads or something, and they're like, no way, Facebook ads doesn't work, they're not in the right mindset to work with you. Don't even try. I don't try to convince people this is what they need to do. I work with people who are eager to get it started, they're eager to do it, right? You don't want to try to constantly convince them every single month. You got to keep advertising. This is great. This is, like even when you make the money, they still are hesitant. It's crazy, okay? So just work with the right kind of clients is going to save you a lot of headache. All right. I'm just going to check the chat box here. If you guys have questions for me or any comments, just type it into the chat box. Chris said, I love the honest open. I'm stealing that. Awesome, Chris. You can steal that. All right. So you can choose to start an agency and get lots of clients or become a freelancer, which means you have less clients, but you make more profit per client. So an agency model is where you take on lots of clients. So you could have multiple tiers of your services. So as an example, you get 10 clients at $300, 10 at $500, 10 at $1,000. You're at $18,000. That's great, but you've got 30 clients to manage. Now let me tell you, managing 30 clients, excuse my language, I'm gonna swear right now, it's a fucking headache, okay? You do not wanna have 30 clients. It is intense, it is insane, it is no fun. You will not have a freedom lifestyle. You try to take 5 weeks off of work, not going to happen. Trust me, I've tried this. My first 2 years in business, I imagine having a business making $20 million a year, 30 employees, hundreds of clients, And as soon as I started to I think I got to like 15 clients. As soon as I was at like 15 clients, I was just like, overworked, overstressed, not fun. And I highly recommend against the agency model. You do not want a social media agency. This is the freelance model. This is the model that I use that you could take and you could use for yourself, all right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I gotta build a sales funnel for a client, okay? So I could put their offer onto a web page so people can go there and get their offer. Okay, we typically start with a free offer followed by their paid high ticket offer. Okay, so I come up with what's called like a lead magnet, so we get everyone to opt in. Then on the back end, either through a phone call, a webinar, or a sales video, we'll sell the high ticket thing. Okay, I'll talk more about sales funnels in a little bit. So the minimum I would charge for that, $2,500. Okay. I would say, like for me right now, the minimum that I charge is actually $10,000, okay? But when you're first getting started, $2,500 is a reasonable amount to ask for a sales funnel. It's not really high priced, and you're also not lowballing it as well, okay? So it's a fair price. You can get $2,500 to build a sales funnel, okay? The second thing is I charge a minimum of $1,000 per month. Now, I now charge a minimum of $2,000 per month, but a minimum $1,000 retainer just so you can pay attention to their business, okay? That's $1,000 to you, and what that would cover is like all the copy for all their ads and all the graphics for all their ads. The actual ad budget is on top of that. They'll give you that money on top of that, okay? And then this is the kicker, and this is how I make my money. I earn a percentage of all the sales that I generate for my clients. So as an example, if over a year I generated $100,000 in sales for a client, I would make an extra $10,000, right? If it was just 10%. That percentage is negotiable based on, excuse me, I got the hiccups. It's negotiable based on, their business model, their profit margin. That it's got to make sense. You can't just go in and say, give me 10%, and that's you're stuck on 10%. It doesn't work like that, right? You have to make it make sense so you both make money. This allows you to be a performance-based, results-driven social media director. You make money when your clients make money. Using this model makes closing sales so much easier because the business owner now knows that you will benefit when they make sales. And also you will know when you're working on a project and it's taking longer than expected, but you're doing a great job. This is a kick-ass funnel. This is a kick-ass campaign, and you know that it's going to bring in those results. You're so much more excited to work on it. You'll put in the extra hours because it's going to pay off in the long run, all right? Now, for me, what I started doing is I started looking for really high-end clients, right? They're doing over $1 million. I'm charging $10,000 to build a funnel, $2,000 a month to manage their ads. I actually hire someone else who actually manages a lot of the stuff for me. I use that money from the monthly income to hire other people that now work with me, right? All freelancers. I don't have any full-time employee. Everyone's contractors, right? But I look for businesses that I can do $100,000 in sales per month and then get 10% of that. So I want to make like 10 grand per month per client. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for 8 years, but I just want to show you that over time you could really scale your business that way by just finding the right clients. And I'll tell you, the highest quality clients that I've been finding is in Facebook groups and at conferences. Those are the two places that I've been getting those high-end clients. So your average here is, per client is going to be about $25,000, right? We got $26,500 here. So how many clients would it take for you to get to $10,000 per month, right? It's about 4 clients. That's all you need. You need 4 clients. And you're probably not going to start with 4 clients. You're going to start with 1, work with them for a few months, then get a second one, work with them, and you're going to slowly build it up, Within a year, yeah, it's totally realistic. You can get to those 4 clients. You'll be doing $10,000 or more per month using the model that we're talking about here, where you charge for the funnel, you charge the monthly fee, and the percentage on the sales. So how much time does it really take to manage all of your social media clients? And I'm just looking at you guys' questions, so hang on a second here. So David's talking about, can the freelance model work like an agency because he doesn't want to kind of put his face out there? David, you're going to make way more sales if you put your face out there. But yeah, you can absolutely do it like as a company, and yeah, it can still work that way as well. And Di said, how do you approach clients in different countries? You can absolutely, when you run ads, you can run ads, all over the world if you wanted to. Particularly, I focus mostly on the U.S. and I charge in U.S. dollars and that sort of thing. I just found that people in the U.S. are good to work with. They're really serious to work, they understand this stuff, and maybe it's a culture, that sort of thing. So I would say, most of my client work is in the U.S., but I've had clients from all over the world. I worked with people in Australia, Japan. I worked with clients from all over the place, but the majority of them are from the U.S. All right. All right, great. So let's continue here. So pricing your services. All right. So as an example, at $1,000 per month, this is some of the tasks that you might do. And it's going to take you about 3 to 5 hours of work per week to actually do this stuff, right? Like you're posting on their Facebook page. I recommend every 48 hours, right? You're going to auto post to Twitter and LinkedIn as well. You're going to optimize their videos on YouTube. And the thing that's going to take the most time is managing their Facebook ads campaigns, okay? And that could take about 3 to 4 hours per week per client, all right? Just to be realistic, right? Now, if you charge $1,500 per month, you could kind of add a few more tasks in here that you're going to do. More Facebook ad campaigns, maybe doing some Twitter ads as well, right? At $2,000 a month, right, you're posting more frequently on their Twitter and doing more campaigns and so on. These are just some examples of what you could be offering at what different price points, just so you get an idea of like how much time actually goes into this, all right? So who is going to pay you $1,000 a month to do this? Now here is the top 20 highly profitable niches for social media directors, all right? So here they are. So the first thing here is online training programs. So people who sell online courses that are over $1,000, okay? That's a great market to work in, very high profit margin, right? Business coaches, right? That's where I first started. And I would find old school business coaches and help them become new school and using online marketing techniques. Any kind of like health coaches, great, they work as well. Workshop leaders, people who are doing like in-person events and that sort of thing. In trade show booths, that's actually one that I'm now working in quite often, where I sell exhibitor booths and trade show booths at conferences. So if you ever go to a conference and they got, you know, the booths outside the room, I have a technique for selling those booths, right? Very profitable. Doing marketing and selling tickets for conferences and events. Again, you're trying to find conferences and events that sell tickets for over $1,000 preferably, right? Or at least they have a VIP package that could be over $1,000. SEO services, anyone's doing like SEO, they really understand the power of social media. SEO companies are very often, I actually get approached by SEO companies to do marketing through Facebook to get them clients. Same with like graphic design services, public relation, any kind of like marketing services would be great to work with. Investments, as long as they're like a legit investment, you know, like financial advisors, like that sort of niche. Real estate agents, that's something I'm doing right now as well. You know, getting them to help them get listings or to help them find buyers for the listings. Mortgage brokers, dentists, chiropractors, spas, laser hair removal, any kind of like fitness classes, personal trainers, guided tours, and cruise ships. Now, I will say that when you work with a business that is international business, so they can work with people from all over the world or at least all over North America, it's much easier to scale your campaign. I'm not going to talk too much about kind of scaling campaigns right now, but it's basically if you have a local business, your audience size is not very large, right? Especially if you're in a city that doesn't have a high population. So after some time, you can really burn out the market quickly, and you might start off by getting a whole bunch of sales from them, but it'll trickle down over time. You won't get as many sales, so eventually they'll fire you, basically. All right. So it's kind of tricky to be able to scale it so you can continuously get them new clients. So a lot easier to do with businesses that have an international or at least a national clientele, all right? So the number one reason why aspiring social media directors fail is because just paying the bills is not a freedom lifestyle. Social media directors often fall into these money traps, all right? Where they either have low pricing or they sell their time. So what that means is that they're charging like $300 a month or less, or they're charging like $50 per hour. Is anyone in this trap right now? Like, this is the worst, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Clients that pay you more are less headache, they have a higher perceived value of you, they trust your opinion, and they stick around longer. I know this now for the years that when I first got started, I used to have my $300 a month package. All those clients were a headache. All the clients that were paying me over $1,000, I love them. They were great to work with, and I would work with them for over a year. I had one client for more than 2 years was paying me $3,000 per month. It was my best client, $3,000 per month. And I can't stress enough that when you, especially with the hourly thing, $50 an hour, people do not really value your time as much. All right. So you have to think about, where is your income thermostat right now? So here's what it is. So when I first started my business, I wanted to make just $2,000 per month, because if I made $2,000 per month, I could pay all my bills and I have a little bit of money left over so I can go out and party or something. I grew up with my mom telling me that I should be a manager at McDonald's because one of our cousins became a manager at McDonald's, and my family saw him as successful because he worked his way up the ladder, whatever. And I was like, I don't want to work at fucking McDonald's, right? And it was just that. I'm not trying to diss my parents. My parents are amazing and great people, but it was just the way they were brought up, right? They were brought up to, you work hard, you work your way up the corporate ladder, and then you make money after 10 years or whatever the amount of time was. So it was just the way I was brought up. I had this limiting belief that it's like, I could only make $2,000 per month, but I worked really hard. I studied. I took everyone's program that I could find. I used to do all this training, going on YouTube, reading books, everything. Eventually I got to $5,000 per month, and I was like, wow, I'm I'm making some pretty good money now. I have actually money I could set aside. After a few months, I could save up and maybe go to a week in Mexico or something like that. And then I got to 8,000. And now I was a 6-figure social media director. And what I found is once I hit that mark, I had so much more confidence in myself and my abilities. And immediately I went to like $10,000 per month. And that's when I really, like, once you have that confidence, you're like, I know how to make money online, you start attracting even higher end clients, right? There's just something about it, right? Maybe the way you carry yourself, the way you talk about yourself, or the way you're speaking to clients, you'll start attracting those higher end clients, and that will just boost your business even higher. After I went from 10,000, went to over $30,000 and so on. Right. So that was kind of my progression. And every step of the way, I just kept setting my income thermostat higher. So how do you set your own income thermostat higher? So first thing you have to do is you have to get real with where you're at right now. So you have to ask yourself right now, how much money did I make last year? And how much money did I make last month? Because that is your income thermostat. You can't say my income thermostat is 50,000 because that's my goal. That's not what it is. Whatever you made is your thermostat, right? Because that's whatever you're settling for, right? You're just saying, hey, that's how much money I'm going to make this month. If right now, if I were to make $2,000 in a month, I don't know what the fuck I would like. I would not be okay with it. I would be hustling. I would stay at the office. I would sleep. I wouldn't sleep, I would know that that's not my business. That's not how I roll, right? On the very small, on the minimum side, I'm doing $10,000 per month when I'm hardly working at all. Like I'm in Thailand or something, I'm traveling around or, that sort of thing. That's cool, so you have to figure out where you're at and what's going to, what level you want to play at. So, you guys ready to set your income thermostat higher? I'm going to teach you the technique that I learned. I actually learned this from Stefan. Stefan took me to a personal development workshop a few years back. And this was like the big thing that I got out of it. It was like really how to increase my income thermostat. And it was from these 3 words, from this very popular transformational guru. You guys might know who he is. Who can guess what it is? How do you set your income thermostat higher? Here you go. Are you ready? Who wants to know how to do it? Just type in the chat box. All right. I'm going to give it to you. All right. Here it is. You got to raise your standards, right? You have to raise your standards of what's okay for you and what you're going to make. And you can't be totally unrealistic about it, right? In terms of the financial goals, especially when first starting, you're not going to go, well, I'm making $5,000 per month now, and I want to go to 50, right? You're probably not going to do that right away, but if you start saying, you know what, 5,000 isn't good enough, I need to be at 8, and you work your ass off for the next 30 days, you're going to get to 8. And if you keep on working and say, you know what, 8, no, I want 10, and you keep saying, and if you made 5, you're not going to be cool with that. You're going to make up for it. You're going to have a different mindset to making money when you start raising your standards. And by the way, this works in all areas of your life. You guys follow Stefan, you probably know about Tony Robbins and about all the content that he provides. And I know Stefan shares this stuff all the time as well. You got to raise your standards, right? Awesome. You guys, I love it. Loving the comments that are coming in. Everyone's saying yes. Awesome. So you got to ask yourself, how much do I want to make this year, right? And how many hours do I want to work this year? It's also important that life is not all about the money, right? It's also about the lifestyle, right? And I'm huge on the lifestyle thing. I used to, again, think I wanted a $20 million a year business. And as soon as I started growing that business and making tons of money, I realized I was stressed out. I didn't enjoy my life. And I don't think that is a lifestyle business, I think that life is short and it shouldn't be just about making money. But if you don't have any money, money is everything, right? So you got to make enough money so you're comfortable, and that way you could do whatever the hell you want whenever you want. No one else is your boss. So you got to get real about your numbers. So as an example, if you wanted to make $100,000 per year and you wanted a 5-week vacation every year and you only wanted to work 5 hours per day and you're not going to work on the weekends, right? This is a pretty good a start to having a lifestyle business. This gives you a lot of free time to do the things that you want to do, right? You've got, what is that? You have 19 hours in the day to do whatever else you want to do. Sleep, eat. I like to play video games. I play PlayStation, Battlefield, I spend time with my son. I just had a baby last year. I go hiking, biking, that sort of thing, right? So you can do whatever you want on your free time. So what that would look like is that you'd have only 235 working days. So on average, you need to be making about $2,500 per week, right? That's $425 per day, right? It's actually a little bit less than $2,500 a week, right? And in total, you're going to be working 1,175 hours in the year. So on average, you're getting paid $85 per hour, but you're never going to charge per hour, okay? You're always going to be charging what we call charging for the result, right? But any kind of task that's going to happen during your working hours that is under $85 per hour, you want to outsource. You don't want to do it because your time, you now know, is worth at least $85 per hour minimum, just based off of these numbers alone, all right? This was before I had set my income thermostat higher. This is what we call my loser picture, right? I was young, 20-something, I think 22-something years old, and I didn't have the right mindset. I wasn't making any money. At this time on this picture, I was actually on a trip with my dad. We drove from Vancouver to Seattle. It's about a 4-hour drive to visit his friend. His friend is very wealthy, multi-millionaire, and I don't know, he wanted me to go there and meet him and kind of learn about, I don't know, being rich or something. I don't know what it was, but it was a great little trip. But at the time I was really struggling. At this point in my life, I had over $30,000 in debt. I used to get like stomach ulcers. Literally for like 6 months, the side of my stomach always hurt all the time. And I went to the doctor multiple times, and he said, you know what? I think this is being caused by stress. And I said, well, how does stress give you a stomach pain, And anyways, eventually, as I started making more money, like literally the pain went away, and I realized that it was this financial stress was straining my body, and it was like, hurting my health. And I realized I had to get out of it so I could be healthy again and be happy again. I wasn't happy. And this is me now, right? Like now, I went out, I bought some nice suits. That's like a Hugo Boss suit that I got. I bought my dream car. I drive a Mercedes Benz, right? I live a great lifestyle, right? I have, a nice apartment. I take time off when I need to, I get to play video games when I want to. I visit with my friends. I go out, I drink, I travel, I go to conferences, I take courses, I educate my mind, right? I'm able to do the stuff that I want to do. I'm never doing something I don't want to be doing. When I'm working, I enjoy working. I enjoy the work, right? I'm not saying I only work 5 hours because I hate doing the work, whatever. I just think that there's other qualities of life as well. So life shouldn't just be about just work, right? So I'm now a high-paid, 6-figure social media director. I run the world's largest Internet Marketing Meetup. We have nearly 7,000 members. We host events every month, sometimes even bi-weekly. And I've helped hundreds of people make a decent income through my social media director certification program. I've been doing this program since 2009. I didn't just start this. I've been in this industry for a very long time. I've helped a lot of people. The forecast shows that the digital marketing services industry will be worth over $600 billion. Okay, so there is a lot of business out there for us to grab. Business owners do not want to handle social media on their own. Social media manager positions, if you want a full-time job, will pay you anywhere from $30,000 to $70,000 per year salary. And if you go to any job searching site right now, check it out. I've seen at any given time over 100,000 job positions. If you look in North America and Canada, what's it called? I think the site's called Indeed. I think it's Indeed is a site. There's some big job searching sites. You go look on them. There's tons of jobs. The average salary is $44,000 a year to get a job. So you could learn this stuff and just get a full-time job. Or you can become a freelancer, and I think you can make a hell of a lot more than this just from like 1 or 2 clients. So you don't need to work full-time in order to reach that kind of income. Okay, here's the medium for what the average salary looks like. I snagged this off of one of those job searching websites just to give you guys an example. But the real profit is going to the digital nomads, right? The people living the laptop lifestyle, right? We travel around, grab our laptop, literally work from the beach. It's very hard to see your screen in the sun. I'll let you know that. And you get sand in your keyboards. But I actually did this. Funny story about this one. In Australia, coffee shops don't have Wi-Fi, right? It's not a common thing to find a coffee shop with a Wi-Fi. And there's only one Starbucks in all of Australia, or in Sydney, sorry, I should say, in all of Sydney where I was. And the only place I could find Wi-Fi was on the beach. The beach had Wi-Fi, but the coffee shops didn't. So that is why I was literally sitting on the beach on a beach towel doing work on the beach, and I thought it was so funny. Social media management is the easiest and most profitable part-time online business today. Social media management is basic business. Businesses need more leads and they need help getting them. Here's an example of a case study of a client that I worked with. It's called Vancouver Winter Wonderland. So this was a Christmas festival that took place in my hometown of Vancouver, British Columbia. It was just a couple Christmases ago, not last Christmas, Christmas before that. And I was in a mastermind with a guy who was actually doing this event, and he stood up and he said, my challenge is that I need to sell 95 exhibitor booths at my event. So this is kind of like a night market, but it was during Christmas time and it was indoors. So it was like people would have a booth and they would sell things at their booth, like whatever the products were, right? So I pitched them on an idea for a funnel, which we call an application funnel. So people could apply in order to become a vendor. So he liked the idea, he hired me, and I built the funnel for him. That's what you're looking at here. Then I ran his Facebook advertising campaign. And it blew me away on the results we got. We spent $3,300 on Facebook ads. I generated him over $250,000 in revenue from $3,300. And when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, holy kabolis, right? So I ended up getting into the industry of selling trade show booths and exhibitor booths at events. And I've done a lot of these since then. You need to create a reputation for providing real results and let people know about it. So after Vancouver Winter Wonderland, I got hired by this company here called Socialite Conference. They're a conference that started in Toronto and was now moving into Vancouver. So in Toronto, they had over 1,000 people attend the Toronto event, right? The founder's from Toronto. She knew all the people there, whatever. In Vancouver, she didn't have as many connections. So she approached me. She said, I talked to the owner of Vancouver Winter Wonderland. His name's Wilson. She said, I talked to Wilson, and he said, I need to hire you to help me sell tickets to my conference. So they were about 9 days away from the date of the conference. So we're in early November here. And I said, look, I looked at their website, and I said, you guys need to change your entire website. So they said, Matt, what do you need? How much? Let's do it. So we signed the deal on the same day. They hired me. This is the site that I built for them. And by the time I was done everything, I had 6 days to promote it. 6 days. I ran Facebook ads. I connected them with JV partners, promotional partners, bloggers. I did everything in my power that I knew how to do in the social media director world. And I got 99 people registered in 6 days, which ended up being about 30% of the total attendees at this year's conference, at the 2015 event. So that's just another example of a case study. Businesses need leads and sales, not exposure. A lot of social media trainers out there talk about how to get lots of exposure, how to get lots of likes on your Facebook page, and how to get lots of views. That stuff, you can't take it to the bank. You got to be able to convert that traffic into sales. And that's what it means to be a social media director. Even if you are brand new to social media, and you've never done this before, you can become a social media director. Now, here is a story of someone who took my program a couple of years back. Her name's Kayla. And she was originally working a job. She was in a marketing position at, I think, a biochemistry company or something like that. Took my program, and listen to her story here.
Hi, so a little bit about me. My background's actually in science, so I studied science. And then when I graduated, I didn't really want to work in the lab, so I took a job in sales and marketing for a biotechnology company, and I did that for a while. Took a lot of marketing courses to help me for my job, and one of those courses was Matt's course. I think I took it in October, and basically I kind of hated that job, so I wanted to get out of it. And from what I learned in Matt's course, I was able to use all that information, and I quit my job at the end of this last year, and now I'm just doing social media.
Yeah, quit her job.
So now I have a bunch of really good clients. Most of my clients came through the LinkedIn strategy that I implemented twice. I've done it twice so far. And I also did a Facebook ads campaign where I was getting about 17 cents per like for people in North America who are into social media marketing. So.
Cool. Thanks.
One of my big passions is helping people to quit their job. Just curious, who's currently in a job right now? You have a full-time job and you want to quit, do your own thing. That's like, honestly, like that's why I want to do this program. It's not like I love helping people to make 10 grand a month or whatever, but just getting you to quit your job and just, even if you just subsidize your whatever you're making in your job, most people like in a job position are making, you know, maybe $2,000 to $4,000 a month. It's pretty, I would say, easy to get a client and be able to kind of subsidize that, you know, in your social media director business. So I really love that. Yeah, everyone's saying, yeah, a few people here. Hey, Chris, I see you got a long question here, so I'm going to get to your question at the end, all right? So, did I just skip a slide there? What just happened? All right. So, businesses have an advertising budget and they want to spend it. What's going on? I'm going to back up there. Hang on a second. There we go. Making money is simple because business owners know that traditional advertising is dead. They have an advertising budget that they want to spend, and they can't be bothered managing social media themselves. And that's where you come in. This is a high profit, low stress business that you can feel proud of, right? So when you are helping businesses and you're not just charging businesses, getting paid, and then getting fired after 3 months, right? The kind of clients you want to work with are people who are going to stick with you for over a year. Right? I have many clients that have been with me for several years now that I work with on an ongoing basis, right? And the reason why is because I bring results to them. I help them grow their business, and I work with the kinds of businesses that I want to work with. They're doing something good for their community, right? They have a legitimate product. They have a legitimate offer. So you get to kind of pick and choose the kinds of businesses that you want to help and promote that are also helping more and more people, right? So yeah, you can totally feel proud about this. You're not just selling, snake oil or anything like that, right? You get to kind of choose who you get to work with. So even if you've just started doing social media and you're struggling to get results, you can do this. You can get to that $10,000 plus per month level. And I'm curious now, who is already doing social media and just like trying to get to the next level in their business? Who's there? I know that was a few people already had mentioned that. Awesome. Joel, I just saw your question. I'll answer that at the end as well, okay? Amy said that she's already in there struggling to get the results. Absolutely. I'm going to share with you another case study right now. So Jonathan, learning, haven't got started. Kim wants a career change. Cool. Here's another case study for you. So what's interesting about Kat is Kat was just getting into the world of being a social media director. Then she took my course. And now she's super successful. This was a few years back. Kat has become super successful. She's even teaching her own workshops now. She's become a leader in the industry. But this is when she was first getting started. So listen to her story.
So I was actually one of those people that called Matt at the beginning as well too and just said, I'm doing a little bit of social media. I'm not sure if it's going to be advanced enough and if I should actually take it. And so with my conversation with Matt, from what we talked about, I figured there'd be a bit of value. So I joined the group, and I have to say there was a ton of value. Most importantly, a lot of it was just validation too as well, because you start to do all these different things and it's changing constantly. You're kind of going, am I doing it right? Am I missing something? What's going on? And what Matt was able to do is he was able to take all of the changes, everything that was going on, and put it in a system that you knew how to do things over and over again. It made sense, and you could actually measure your results and make sure that if things weren't working out, that you could actually adjust them. And so for me, that was probably the biggest aha and the most value I had from it. From there, I'm not technical. I don't know HTML, I don't know coding, I don't know nothing, and I hate it. And Matt showed you ways that you could actually have the same results. You could create the custom apps and tabs and different things to actually have the same results but not know the coding. And so that was a huge benefit for me. And so as I started to take the course, about the last week into it, I started to go, okay, what am I going to do with it? I knew we had this challenge. We had to find 5 new clients, or we had to earn X amount. And so I just went out to my network and just basically said I was taking this course, and I learned a few new things, and if you were interested in learning a little bit, or I could be able to consult and work with you, give me a call. And right away, within about 24 hours, I got 2 new clients, and I earned over $3,000 within that next week and managed to graduate with it. So a huge amount of value, definitely, with the course.
So you don't need to be a social media expert when you're first getting started. The secret to social media is to simply know more than your client does when you're first starting. But if you can get real results through social media, then people will pay you to do it for them. They don't care how old you are, where you live, where you went to school, or what kind of letters are after your name. You just need to be able to keep up to date with one social media blog, okay? Just one blog. It's called socialmediaexaminer.com. This is the one blog that I go to go and find the resources and find out what is the latest things happening in the social media world. And I just stay on top. I just read in this blog on a daily basis. They put out lots of articles. They do a lot of great content. They actually have conferences they do as well. There's actually a conference going on now, I believe, that they're doing. So this is a great resource for you to kind of stay up to date with what's happening once you get the foundational skills and you understand how to get clients and get results for them. One thing with Social Media Examiner is they're more about building engagement and building audience, less about kind of like how to like convert it into sales, right? But in terms of the social media knowledge you need, I would recommend Social Media Examiner. So the bottom line is that you can do this, all right? If you can get results for people, then you can get paid to do it. If you're already in a related business, okay, so if you're like in branding, PR, you do graphic design, you do SEO services, you make websites, so if you're already in that kind of world, you are going to thrive, okay, as a social media director. This is the last case study that I'm going to share with you. This is Elena. Elena made over $20,000 immediately after she finished the program. And the way she did it was by actually, hang on. I'm going to let her tell you the story of how she did it.
I've been in business for 20 years. I have a branding business, and I brand companies. I give them a facelift. I revitalize their brands. So when people used to call me in to do their branding, what I do is I interview their clients, and I interview all the stakeholders and employees, and then we find out who they really are and then create a message. So, and then I rebrand everything from the visual side of things. And what I started to find out is that a lot of my clients kept saying, what about our Twitter? And I was like, I would just roll my eyes like, I don't know what to do with your Twitter. Like, we need a Facebook page. It's like, no, you don't. So anyways, my advice was sort of brilliant until, of course, I took this course, and at least the last $20,000 worth of business that I've done have all been attributed to my brilliant social media advice that I've been able to give people. And it's really awesome. I have the geekiest conversations. Yay, Matt.
Yeah. I like geeky conversations.
I know, that's my favorite part. And I sit on the board of the Vancouver Aquatic Center Divers, and yesterday we were talking about, so what can we do? I'm like, I know what we're going to do. We're going to do this video, and we're going to put it on Facebook, and we're going to get people to share it. And I'm like, wow, that just came out of my mouth. It's like, it's so cool. So highly recommend it.
Awesome. Thanks.
So what Elena actually did was she actually just emailed all of her past clients and said, now I offer social media services, basically. And that's how she ended up getting all those clients in such a short period of time. All right, so if you already have a client base that you can go back to and say, now I have this new service, and then you start offering them your social media service, right? So my big problem is that I get dozens of requests each week for social media help. People coming to my website and messaging us through our site. So my options are to start taking on hundreds of clients, building an infrastructure, and hiring lots of employees, which I already told you I don't want an agency, and I told you why. Or I certify a small group of people that we can trust and make them social media directors. I want to teach you how to become a high-paid social media director and help you easily replicate my marketing system. Your success is my priority. I want you to come to me and say, Matt, the social media director course changed my life forever. I left my job and now I make twice as much money in half the time. That is my goal with this program. Your success is my priority. I believe as part of having a course that you teach is not just about teaching the information, but helping people to actually take action and implement it. That is my motto for creating courses. So here's how to model my business. The Social Media Director SMD certification program is a 5-week online coaching program. It includes 5 weeks of step-by-step training, including all of the resources that you're going to need to grow your social media director business, and weekly live Q&A calls. Okay? So once a week for 5 weeks, we're going to meet online, just like we are right now, and we're going to go through the criteria of the business. We're going to grow your business 1 week at a time. And every week, you're going to get the chance to come on and ask me any questions you have and overcome any roadblocks that you might have had. In week 1, you're going to learn all about how to close sales. Now, not just how to close sales, but how to indoctrinate your prospects. So when you get a client, that client doesn't become another boss. You know, a lot of people, they don't manage their clients in the right way. And what ends up happening is if you have 4 or 5 clients, it's like having 4 or 5 bosses, and they start bossing you around, telling you what to do. You want to stay in control, and you want to be the authority. So you tell them what you're going to do. You tell them how long you're going to work and what they should expect. All right. You become the boss. And I'm going to show you how to put that into your sales process. It all starts from the very first call you have, the very first time you talk to them. All right. Very key ingredient to your sales process and to your lifestyle. In week number 2, I'm going to show you how to capture leads using sales funnels. I'm going to teach you how to use ClickFunnels, which is a software for building out your sales funnels. Anyone here familiar with ClickFunnels? Know what I'm talking about? So I'm actually a certified consultant with ClickFunnels. This is a program that they now charge $12,000 to take this program. I was in the very first intake, so I didn't pay $12,000. I paid less, but I was in the very first intake. And at that event, they ran a contest on who could build the best funnel, and they had a whole way of choosing the winner, whatever. Anyways, my team ended up winning. Okay, I actually came in first place in the contest. So I know ClickFunnels inside and out. I know sales funnels inside and out. And I'm going to give you the templates that you need to start building out funnels for clients in all these different niches that you want to work in. So I'm going to actually help you structure, like figure out the actual marketing psychology of your funnel. I'll teach you the entire thing so you can go out and sell funnels. Now, I'll let you know that now I charge $10,000 to build a funnel, and you can too. When you get good at ClickFunnels, you can get clients and you can charge $10,000. There's a lot of people doing it, all right? Week number 3, you're going to start learning about traffic. First thing we're going to focus on is Facebook traffic, both organic and paid traffic from Facebook. You need to learn how to get traffic. You have to become a traffic master, okay? It's not just about getting anyone to click. It's about getting the right people to click. Send the right people to your sales funnel to put them into your sales process. So we begin with the end in mind. We begin with like, how are we going to close the sales? And then we start kind of going backwards, right? And then it's like, okay, now how do we get people into our funnel, right? Or so how do we capture the leads? And then the third step is getting people in our funnel using various traffic generating strategies. In week 4, you're going to learn how to drive traffic from Twitter and Instagram. And in week 5, you're going to learn how to drive traffic using LinkedIn and YouTube. Any one of these strategies that I show you for any one of the networks, you could build an entire business off of that one strategy alone. I've had people come out of this program and become full-time LinkedIn experts, People have come out of this program and become full-time YouTube experts, full-time Instagram experts, full-time Twitter experts, and full-time Facebook experts. You don't have to do everything in the program. I ask you to do just half of what I show you. Just try half of it, and you will start seeing results. This is literally a business in a box that I'm giving you. I'm giving the entire process, the entire system that you're going to need to go out and sell these services and actually create real results for the businesses that you work with. If you get stuck somewhere, you won't be alone. You can simply contact me and I'll help you get through it. This is not a set of videos that you're going to pay $2,495 to watch. I'm giving you all the resources you need to start and grow your social media director business and the support you need to get set up. And I've got 7 bonuses for you when you enroll with me today on the webinar. The first thing I'm going to give you is my social media profit plan, application process, questionnaire, and secret phone sales scripts. So I originally learned this system from a friend of mine who took a course. He took a course, a sales course, and he paid $50,000 to learn this system. Then he taught it to me, and now I want to teach it to you. I put a price tag on this of $4,000 because legitimately I actually charged $4,000 to help implement this into other people's businesses in different areas, not in the social media services area. And it could be worth a lot more than that. This is what's going to create a high income skill for you. Being able to close sales on the phone. Now, who here is shit scared of doing phone sales? When I first started, man, I had butterflies in my stomach every time. Now it's a much easier process because I'm not trying to sell. I'm just trying to find out if they're the right fit. The person on the other end of the phone is actually trying to sell me. They're trying to sell me on me. They're trying to sell me on me letting them hire me. You know what I mean? I reverse the selling process so that way they're convincing me that I should let them hire me. You know what I mean? It's a much cooler, much easier way of doing this. All right. And Kim, I'll get to your question in just one sec. The next thing you're going to get is the 10K sales system. So I'm going to show you what to do, how to write a project outline template. So basically what this is when you get a client and they want to work with you, you have to put in writing what you're going to do for them. Okay, we call this a project outline. Okay, we don't call it a proposal because then you're proposing this is what they should do. That you're saying this is what you should do. This is the actual plan. And this is the call that you're going to have that's going to actually close the sale, okay? And you're going to do this process with 2 30-minute calls. All right, I'm going to show you how to do this and how to close your sales of over $10,000 with 2 30-minute calls. I'm also going to give you a 5-part autoresponder email sequence. So whenever someone gets on your email list, you're going to start emailing them these 5 unique emails, which is going to get them to go and apply to work with you, to put them into your sales process, right? And I'm also going to give you an entire sales funnel pre-built for you and your social media director business, okay? It's a free ebook sales funnel. The way that it works, someone's going to go in, download your ebook, then they're going to get prompted to schedule a call with you. If they don't schedule the call, you're going to email them once a day for 5 days using your 5-part email sequence. So this is what I actually use on my website, okay? So I run an ad to this page here. It says download your free guide to hiring a social media director. They download the guide. On the thank you page, there's a video. I give you the script for the video. You're going to record your own video. And on the video, I invite them to take action by applying to schedule a call with me. Okay, so they're applying to get on the phone with me. I review the applications and I contact the people that I want to actually talk to, and then I'll actually have a call with them, and then I do my sales process from there. So I give you the entire funnel pre-built for you as a template. You're also going to get the Facebook for Brands program. So this is a full training all about how to get more fans, more engagement, and more conversions from Facebook. I'm also going to give you my instant sales systems training. This is all about how to sell high ticket products and services online. So things that are over $1,000. This training is brought by myself, Dan Locke, who is a multi-millionaire serial entrepreneur, as well as my friend Shane Gibson, who's an international sales performance trainer. He has done, in this program, he did over 4 hours of the training, okay? So it's primarily Shane who's doing a lot of this training. We also are going to have a live in-person 2-day social media director summit. All right, so this is going to be in May. You're going to be able to come in and spend 2 full days with me, as well as other members of the social media director. And you're going to get to compete for a cash prize of $5,000. The way that you're going to win is by preparing your case study, okay? In your case study, you're going to get to present your case study in front of a live audience, and the winner is going to win the Social Media Director Illuminati Award, as well as $5,000 cash. Now, to make it fair for everybody, the winner is going to be the person who makes the biggest leap from where you are when you started the program to where you are when you present your case study, okay? So it's not just about who makes the most sales or who made the most leads. It's about who made the biggest leap in their business. And you could also bring a guest with you to the event, okay? So you get to bring one friend with you to attend the event as well. And you're going to also get access to a private group on Facebook where you can network with all the other members that are in Social Media Director. It's a very active group. People post in there all the time. People will also get together. They mastermind together. There's people who've actually formed businesses together inside here. Very active group. It's also the place you're going to go whenever you have a question. You're going to post your questions inside this group. Now, you also have a chance to become a certified social media director with WebFriendly. In order to do that, you have to prove that you can get sales through social media. So what you have to do is that you have to implement what you learn and get 5 clients or make $2,500 through social media. Now, that means that if you have a client and you get the client 5 clients, right, or you make the client $2,500, that still counts. You don't have to get this for yourself, right? Like, as long as you've generated these sales or made these sales through social media, that's what we're looking for, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to publish your case study, and then and once you have a published case study, that's how you get your social media director certification. Once you're certified, I'll be able to send business to you. People contact me all the time looking for a social media director, and I connect them with my certified social media directors. So here's everything you're going to get. You get 5 weeks of live training and weekly Q&As. You're getting the social media profit plan application process. You're getting the 10K sales process, how to close sales with 2 30-minute calls. You're getting my 5-part autoresponder email sequence. You're getting my free ebook sales funnel. You're getting the Facebook for Brands program. You're getting the Instant Sales Systems program. You're getting 2 tickets to the Social Media Director Summit. You're getting access to the Social Media Director private Facebook group. And you're getting the chance to become a certified social media director. All right, now we had a couple questions here. Kim asked, what day of the week are the classes? So the classes are on Thursdays and Tuesdays, and they start at 4 o'clock Pacific, okay? If you can't make it to the live sessions, we record all the sessions, and they go into a members area, and you have access to those recordings as well. So you don't have to attend live, and you get access to all those recordings. Now, what are 2 clients worth to you if all you did was get 2 social media management clients, where all you did was just charge $1,000 per month and that was it? Just 2 clients over 12 months, you're making $24,000. You're almost 10 times your investment with just 2 clients. And if all this did for you was to finally give you enough money and freedom to work less and travel more, wouldn't that be worth $24.95? And if all it did for you was to make you a full-time income while working only part-time, just 2 clients, so you can quit your job, would that be worth it? And if all it did for you was to generate the down payment that you needed to buy a house for your family, would that be worth it? If all it did for you was give you the kick in the butt to finally get moving, would that be worth it? So you can get started right now for just $24.95. There's also an option to do a 3 installment plan as well. If you want to do, you can do $1,000 a month for 3 months. Go to socialmediadirector.ca to get registered and get started. Our next live class is starting very soon. You're getting all the details when you head over to that socialmediadirector.ca. But for the first 9 action takers that sign up with us today while we're on the webinar, I have 5 more amazing and exclusive bonuses for you. Here we go. The first thing you're going to get is a jumpstart call. I'm gonna get my web-friendly certified coach to actually call you. He's gonna spend some time with you to make sure you got everything you need, you have all your questions answered, and you're able to access all the resources, you understand where everything is, and you know exactly where to get started, okay? It's gonna be a quick call, just 30 minutes, just to make sure that you're on the right path, okay? The second thing you're gonna get is you're gonna get the chance to actually get on the phone with me, all right? So you're gonna get 3 20-minute calls with me. Okay, and you can use them anytime in the next year. So anytime you're like, you know what, Matt, I just need to get on the phone with you. I need your coaching. I need your advice. You could do this up to 3 times in the next year. Okay, so you actually get access to me personally, as well as you get access to me through email and on Facebook as well. Okay, that's part of the program. You're also going to get access to our implementation day. This is a social media mastermind that we actually do here at our co-working space, and we call it Web Friendly HQ. All right, that was a picture from our last implementation day. So what you're getting here is that every month we actually host these in-person events where you come in and you spend the full day working together, meeting each other, and you have access to me and the people that are on my team as well for the entire day. Anything you're working on, you can actually come in there, bring your laptop, and you do work together. All right. So we normally charge for these events every single month, but you're going to get to come to one of these for free. Okay, this is a $1,000 value. You'll be able to come for free one time, and again, we do it every month, so you can choose when you want to come. All right. And I'm also going to give you an annual membership to Social Media Director, which means that you're going to get access to all of the other updates, resources, and bonuses that we put into this program over the next year. So I am building more and more funnel templates, more bonuses and resources. You know, I get feedback from students all the time saying it would be great if I had, you know, this resource or that, right? And I build it out. If I think that everyone is going to get value from it, I will build it and create it. And so for an entire year, you'll get access to all the updates on Social Media Director. If we do another course, another live course, you get access to that, all the bonuses. Everything else is included for an entire year, okay? You also get my support and my coaching for an entire year as well. And I'm also going to give you a training from my friend Dan Locke. Dan Locke has actually been my mentor now for the last couple of years. He's the guy who originally taught me how to ask for a percentage on all the sales that I'm generating for my clients. And it was a program called Equity Income Formula that he charged $4,000 for. And I actually attended this training. That's where I actually learned the system. I'm going to give you that training for free as well, and obviously with permission from Dan, okay? Dan's a friend of mine. So now here's everything you're getting. You're getting 5 weeks of video training and live Q&As. You're getting the social media profit plan application process. You're getting the 10K sales process. You're getting the 5-part autoresponder sequence and email swipe files. You're getting my free ebook sales funnel. And by the way, you could take that funnel, reproduce it, and resell it to your clients as well. Many students actually do that. You're going to get the Facebook for Brands program. You're getting the Instant Sales Systems training. You're getting 2 tickets to the Social Media Director Summit. You're getting access to the private Facebook group to network with other members in the Social Media Director. You're getting the Social Media Director certification with your name on it. You're also going to get a jumpstart call with a certified coach. You're going to get 3 20-minute calls with me anytime you need it over the next year. You're going to get the implementation day where you can actually come into the office and actually work with us. You're going to get an annual membership to the Social Media Director. You're going to get the Equity Income Formula training. And you're also going to get my web-friendly, better than risk-free, money-back triple guarantee, which I'm going to tell you about in just a second. So that is over $24,000 in value that I'm giving you here, all right? Now let me tell you about our guarantee, and you tell me if this is not the best guarantee that you've ever heard. So first, you get a satisfaction guarantee. This is pretty standard. You have 30 days to examine everything, use what you wish, and for any reason or no reason at all, you want a refund, you just message us, let us know, and I'll refund every penny, no problem, within 30 days, okay? Pretty standard. But we also have a results guarantee. Our results guarantee is that in order to become a certified social media director with Web Friendly, You need to implement what you learn and get 5 clients or make $2,500 minimum through social media. But if after 5 weeks from the last class, you're able to show me proof that you've used at least half of what I showed you in the program, and you can look me in the eye on paper and tell me you did not put at least $2,500 back into your bank account that you would not have otherwise, send me a note describing your use and failure of the program. I will still refund every penny that you paid. All you got to do is implement at least half of what I show you. That's all I'm asking you to do. And at least make your money back and keep all the skills, keep all the resources, and keep making money with this program. And we have one more guarantee for you. It's our profit guarantee. If after 10 weeks, if you're still unable to get 5 clients or make $2,500, but you're committed and you want to make this work for you, I'll still ride along with you for up to 11 months to help you become a certified social media director. And that's because I want a 100% success rate with every student. Your success is my priority. So go to socialmediadirector.ca right now and register for the program. All right, go ahead right now. It's decision time. So if you're on the fence, what you could do is you can wait until after we finish this webinar and you can phone me right now. All right, I have a toll-free number. You can dial this number on the screen right now, and when we're done this webinar, I'll actually be taking calls, and you can let me know what your challenge is, why you're on the fence, and I'll help you get over that hump. Okay, I'm not going to try to pressure sales you or anything like that. Just going to try to see if it's the right fit for you, right? And if you're ready to enroll, register right now. And again, we've got these bonuses for everyone who's on the webinar, and the first 9 action takers are going to get a whole bunch more amazing bonuses. All right. So it is decision time. I'm going to start the timer so you guys can take some time, go to the site, check it out. All right. Now, if you have any questions, I'll be taking questions for you as well inside the chat box. So. Joel just asked, is there a monthly payment plan? Yes, absolutely. Just go to socialmediadirector.ca. We do have a 3-month payment plan option. It's $9.95 per month for 3 months.
Just to jump in, Matt, can you hear me?
Oh, hey, Stefan. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, so awesome presentation, man. I think this is really, really valuable stuff.
Great. And
awesome opportunity. I see a few people have joined in, and for those that are still on, I highly recommend that you take advantage of this. I was talking to Matt earlier, I know for myself, this is something that I definitely would have done if I were starting all over again, just because there's so many businesses that need this. And it seems like such an awesome alternative as opposed to many people that are watching this in terms of maybe having a job or whatever, because, you can work from home, you can create a certain lifestyle for yourself. And I've seen Matt do it, and I've seen and personally know some of his students that I've met in person go on to have awesome success from his workshops, his trainings. And so everything he puts out is super, super high quality. And just to add, I know the countdown is here, but my bonus is included as a webinar only offer. So if you guys want my additional training as well, then I'm throwing that in for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you. And yeah, I'm seeing people registering and some people calling the number right now. I got someone calling me right now. I'll take the calls after we log off the webinar, okay? So just call me back later on, all right? Michael said, in 5 classes, you can learn all you need to get results. Yeah, so the 5 classes are 3 or 4 hours long each. So the program itself is actually like 20 hours of training. Plus, we do Q&As every single week. We actually do Q&As for 10 weeks. And last time we actually extended Q&As because there were so many questions. I actually did Q&As for 20 weeks. Okay, so absolutely. Plus you get all the bonus training like instant sales systems and the Facebook for Brands program. So absolutely yes, you have enough time to learn enough to actually implement. I'm not about, our timer's running out now, so I'm just gonna go to the next slide. I don't think that you should have to spend that much time learning this stuff. You want to spend more time implementing. And the great part about this program is it's a coaching program, and you actually have access to me. If you look at other programs that are out there, all you're buying is videos, right? And if you get stuck or you can't figure something out, you're screwed. Whereas with this program, you can contact me and you actually message me directly. One thing I offer to everyone is when you set up your first Facebook ads campaign, I actually review it for you before you launch. If you're working with a client and you built up an ad campaign and you want to get some feedback on it, I will give you feedback on it before you launch. you know? So you're going to learn more from implementing than from just like watching a video and learning, right? And that's where the main learning comes in, right? This is like an implementation program. I'm helping you actually not just learn, but implement and give you feedback on your implementation. So the answer is absolutely yes, Michael. So May said, is $24.95 in Canadian or US? We charge all in US dollars. Like I mentioned before, most of our clients come from the US, so our whole business, we charge in US dollars. All of our expenses are in US dollars. That's why we do it. You know, even though I'm in Canada, you know, I travel around all the time. So we always do US dollars. And I would recommend when you get clients, you're also going to charge in US dollars. Would be my recommendation for you as well. Awesome. May registered. Amy registered. Awesome, guys. Thank you. Kim said she's going away. You got a part-time job. That's cool. I'll be honest, about half of the students actually attend live. A lot of people just watch the replays. I use Wistia as my video player. And on Wistia, they have an option on there where you can actually watch videos at 2 times the speed, or up to 2 times the speed. So because it's like a 4-hour training, some people want to save time, so they'll watch it at 2 times the speed. So if you can retain information that fast, you could do it that way as well. So you don't have to attend live. The Q&As are going to go live, are going to be live, and we keep on doing them for an extended period of time, basically until the questions die off. To be honest, I keep on doing it. I would do Q&As every single week if we had enough questions. I enjoy doing them. Chris said, this is an amazing offer. You both provide massive value and goodwill. I won't waste your time with the reasons that I can't invest right now, but I would love to help promote the offer as an affiliate. Do you have an affiliate program? Yeah, Chris, I do have an affiliate program. Just send an email to support@webfriendly.ca and I'll give you the details on it. And thank you, Chris, for the compliment. Jonathan said, will you call my wife and tell her I should do this? Now that might actually help seal the deal. Yeah, Jonathan. So call that number that I gave you. If you go to socialmediadirector.ca, there's actually a phone number right there on the page. So when we end this class, I will be taking calls for the next hour or so. So you can give me a call, Jonathan, and I'll talk to your wife. All right. Chris said, how complicated are the funnels that you create? By this I mean, are they the standard lead magnet, upsell, downsell type, or more advanced Frank Kern contingency system that require a lot of work and design? So, Chris, you'll be happy to know that my funnels are, like, you know, people call me the lazy marketer, right? Because my funnels are so not complicated. As an example, for Social Media Director, I have a funnel where it's a video sales letter. You watch a 13-minute video which invites you to apply to be in the program. Then you apply, then I have somebody else who works with me who will look at the applications and then choose who he wants to talk to. And then what he'll do is he'll send that person an email to schedule a call with him. And then he'll make the call, and then half of the people that we end up talking to will end up registering for the program. Same offer that I gave you here on the webinar, right? Very simple, right? It's an application funnel. It's a video, an application form followed by a call. Now the call is not a scripted call, like word for word scripted, but it is formatted so that way we can get through the call within an hour. And within 15 minutes, we can tell if the person is a right fit or not. And it's actually the same system that I give you in this program. I give you the same script. So, you know, another one that I have is like a video to a free 30-day trial, you know, and that's it. And you know, to a subscription plan for $300 a month. It's another product that I have, you know, so yeah, our funnels are very simple. For realtors, I have one where it's a free home evaluation search. So basically someone types in their address to find out how much their home is worth. You type in your address and it goes to another page. It says, great, thanks. We're now preparing your home evaluation. Fill in this information, fill in your details, your name and phone number, whatever, and we'll contact you in the next 24 to 48 hours to let you know what your home is worth. And then the realtor will then phone them and tell them what their home is worth. Really simple. There are emails and follow-up sequences that kind of go into that, but not a lot. There's maybe 10 emails or so per funnel. And again, there's a very structured system to what we put in those emails and how we write it. It's part of what I'm going to teach you in Social Media Directors. Like that, the email sequence is actually very important. You know, as they say, the money is in the follow-up, right? Hendrix said, thank you for your experience, what you're doing. Thank you, Hendrix. May signed up. Awesome. Great, May. Awesome, guys. Thank you. Cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to log off. And if you guys want to give me a call, go to socialmediadirector.ca. Look at the phone number at the very top of that page. And you can give me a call. And for the next hour or so, you will be able to just reach me directly if you have any questions and you want to talk about enrolling in Social Media Director. All right. Thank you again for attending this class today. Thank you, Stefan, for doing this and organizing this. And I hope everyone got a lot of value, got what you wanted out of it. And I'm going to send everyone who stayed right till the end right now, I'm going to send you my Ultimate Facebook Profits course for free. I actually am just building up the membership site for it. We got all the course material done, and I'm going to send that out in the next couple of days. So you will be getting access to that for free. Thank you for attending, and thank you for taking action of being here. Even if you don't sign up for Social Media Director, I do hope that this training will provide value to you, and I wish you all the best. Take care.